take a seat. Oh, yeah. Good to see you.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Michael Spencer, and this is my Shoe Shine Confession.
Hop on up.
Round 2.
Let's do it. So these are your floor shines. These are kind of your go-tos, right?
Yeah. I like to rotate every now and then. Can't have too many good sneakers in the closet.
That's right. Got to keep them rotating. It's actually better for your shoes and longevity.
Yeah, keeps them around longer.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What's some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your pastime? Do you go up to the mountains and play around in the snow at all?
Man, you know what? I tell you what, we don't take nearly advantage like we should, unfortunately. Man, it's I'm kind of like a one-trick pony to a degree. I watch a lot of sports on the weekends.
Cool. Yeah, you got to study your craft.
Right. Yeah. And the thing about sports is like it's never ending, right? You
Yeah.
know, and I mean, what happens on my off day is going to have a big impact on what happens when I'm back at work.
Or even 10 minutes before.
Exactly. So it's never ending. We love to travel though, all over, and that's a huge part of who we are. We kind of like to be spontaneous, and just kind of go on a whim and pick a spot on the map and go visit.
Throw a dart out there.
Exactly. So it's that's one of the things that we do a lot for fun, and we love going out to local restaurants, getting a good bite to eat at a local place, and
steak or seafood kind of guy.
Either, kind of depends.
Who's got the best steak in town?
Oh man, best steak in town. That's a good question. I gotta think on that.
Yeah. Del Frisco's
is pretty good. Shanahan's is pretty good. Fleming's is a chain, obviously, but they're pretty good too.
Is it more about the experience and the kind of ambiance where you go?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you like in a restaurant?
Somewhere that's nice, I mean, somewhere where we can sit, and if we haven't seen each other in a while, it's nice to sit and just kind of catch up, and just enjoy a 2-hour dinner, and
nice.
Just sit there and have a good steak, have a good bottle of wine, and just kind of reconnect. That's a lot of what we do, and I think food can bring people together, you know, and so that's a big part of who we are.
So what city in the U.S. has the best sports fans?
Ooh, that's a good question. Boston is the first one that comes to mind.
Sure. Yeah, they're always winning.
Man, and Boston people are so spoiled.
Yeah,
Boston sports fans are so spoiled because their teams have been so successful.
Yeah.
You got the Bruins, the Patriots, the Celtics. I mean, they have had, obviously, the Red Sox. They have had quite the run.
Yeah.
And so Boston's got really good fans. New York fans are diehards, that's for sure. And, of course, they got a ton of teams in New York.
Yeah.
And, it's so funny, too, to be – so I've had the opportunity. I grew up in Texas, which is a big football state, obviously. Went to school in Missouri, which is a huge baseball state. And then, have done some work in Kansas, which is a huge basketball state. And so it's funny to be kind of all over the country and see the different dynamics of which regions gravitate to which sports and why.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that's really cool. But yeah, Boston sports fans, man, they're intelligent, they're passionate, and they are fortunate too because they've had a ton of success.
They're kind of loud too, aren't they?
Oh, they'll let you know. They'll let you know that they're from Boston.
That's
There's no doubt about that.
Have you ever had the pleasure of walking into the Patriots locker room at all?
I haven't walked into the Patriots locker room. But, we, as you and I have kind of talked off camera, man, the culture that they have built in New England is something that I think a lot of organizations, not only in sports, but across the board, could strive for.
Or in businesses, too.
Yeah. And it's simple. It's do your job, right? And know what's expected of you and do it on a daily basis, period. And if, as an organization, as a team, everyone does their job, then you're going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And they lay that out, and that's kind of their format for success, and clearly it has worked. And they've had obviously some of the greatest players to ever play the game, and
Helps a little bit.
yeah, that helps for
Mm-hmm.
sure, and it helps to have one of the best coaches ever.
Yeah.
But it also helps, I think, to have that culture and to know what's expected, to know what's expected of you, what's expected of your teammate, what's expected of your coworker.
Mm-hmm. Sets the bar.
And that's why they've been so successful.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sure you walk into it and you feel it, when you walk into the city even, it's just part of their culture as a whole.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, man? What are some of your life goals at this point?
I'm at a point where I was in Midland for 18 months, and then that was my first gig, was Midland, Texas. And then I went to Amarillo. I was in Amarillo for 2.5 years. And then I was in Knoxville for about a year and a half, and each time was lucky enough to move up in market size to a job that was, I don't want to say better,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe a little more high profile.
For sure.
And the teams that I got to cover were a little more high profile.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in a spot where it's a little different, because where I am is really good. And so I'm kind of at a point in my life where, okay, I'm not at the mountaintop. There's no doubt about that. But I think there's something to be said for staying where you are,
Mm-hmm.
and being happy and successful where you are,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to build yourself up by staying.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a different dynamic. And I think there's always a rush to get to the next place, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get from point A to point B. But I think at some point you can sit back and enjoy the journey.
True.
And when you can do that, for a lot of people, that may be the real point of success,
Mm-hmm.
is being able to sit back, enjoy the journey, and maybe the next step isn't, the grass isn't always greener.
It isn't. Yeah.
And so if you can sit back, enjoy where you're at, and have success where you're at, and I think there's something to be said for that.
True. Yeah, I've been with Nordstrom for about 16 years, and I've tried a bunch of different positions. So it's kind of like starting a new career, but I'm strictly, drinking the Kool-Aid here and really invested with the company, and they've given me multiple chances to kind of find myself over the years. And I don't know if I told you my story, how I shined shoes at the airport illegally one morning, but it kind of sparked an interest with the shoe shine for me, and I'm just happy that they gave me this space to kind of explore my own kind of career path and give me multiple tools to succeed.
I think what's important is that we keep growing,
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's different ways to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you grow up, sometimes you grow out, right? And I think I don't ever want to grow up either. I'm with you. But everybody's like, okay, especially in my industry, okay, what's the next step? What's the next jump?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of maybe looking at it that way, okay, how can I grow where I am?
For sure.
And if I stay in Denver for a long time, how can I continue to grow as a broadcaster?
Mm-hmm.
How can I continue to grow as a person? And it may not be, I may not have to move in order to make that next growth,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just got to look inside sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of people maybe miss, because there is so much pressure, whether it be from society, whether it be from ourselves, to feel like, okay, we gotta, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of looking at where we are and saying, okay, how can I make where I am better?
For sure.
Whether that's me, whether that's making the organization better.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of growth that can come from where you are. And I think of that can be kind of the true measure of success in the long run.
What kind of tools do you have kind of to help you get where you want to go, like mentors or colleagues?
Well, you got to surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really important, that you be surrounded by people who want to help you grow.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be your teammates, that can be your mentors, the people that you're looking up to.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I read a long time ago, I want to say it was Zig Ziglar, and he was like, never be afraid to ask for help or
Mm-hmm.
ask someone to be a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
But when that time comes, you better be prepared to give it back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's a cycle.
And
yeah.
so, it's absolutely a cycle. And I think there's a lot of people that are maybe hesitant to help others.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the totally opposite mindset of what you should have. I think that we should take a lot of success in helping other people grow.
Mm-hmm.
And because I think that in the long run, helping other people grow can help us grow too.
For sure.
As individuals and as a corporation. And it's tough. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in that, to see other people have success. But I think when you can truly appreciate what other people have done, and the people that have helped you get to where you are, then I think as a country, as a world, we're going to be in a much better spot.
Heck yeah.
That's kind of deep.
I can dig. I
deep.
like it.
That was a
like
deep
that's
confession,
good.
but
Good deep confession. So one question from the fans I got to ask you. Since I'm from Minnesota, big Prince fan.
okay, all right.
Hypothetically, Nikola Jokic and Prince play a game of 21. Who wins?
I think Nikola Jokic is getting the victory there.
Yeah, he's got a reach, doesn't he?
He's got the
7 feet
reach.
tall.
Yeah, Prince may have a hard time getting a shot up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's got that
Jokic
hook,
is kind of
but-
lanky.
Yeah, maybe getting a little push off or something.
Oh, man. That'd be a good matchup, though. I'd pay to see that.
That'd be kind of cool.
I'd pay to see that for sure.
Right on, man. What you think of these?
These are nice.
Yeah, got a little bit of that kind of.
Did you add a little red to them?
I did.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think?
can see that.
Is it okay?
Yeah, no, it's coming out beautifully.
Sweet. I'll put one more coat on there for you.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's funny how you can mix colors and blend, you know?
It's like a
And
canvas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, it's
There's probably a deeper meaning there for society, watching us mix brown and black and
Yeah.
red and having it all come together and
Yeah.
be one pretty picture.
for sure, man. Happy little shoes. Put the Bob Ross touch in there. So, what kind of stuff did you watch growing up? Like cartoons or more sports or what?
Yeah, it was a lot of sports, and we didn't have a lot of channels growing up. We didn't even get ESPN in the house.
No.
And so ESPN was channel 23
Okay.
on cable in San Antonio.
Okay.
And our cable package ended at 22.
Oh,
so
man.
I mean, I'm telling you, it was like
Did
you could get it sometimes through the snow.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
The younger kids don't know what I'm talking about
No.
anymore when I say snow. But
Yeah.
but if the antenna was just right, you could catch the game. And I remember sitting there like watching games through the snow and thinking it was the coolest thing, and
Barely getting it in reception.
barely getting
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah.
But gosh dang it, I tried as hard as I could.
Yeah. Were you a
And
big
so-
Jordan fan growing up?
Yeah, big Michael Jordan fan. And if I had one interview, that would probably be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with your passion for North Carolina sports?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. No, the North Carolina feel. I mean, he's the GOAT, right? He's the greatest to ever do
for
it.
sure, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And
So, follow-up question: him and Kobe go at it.
I'm going with MJ.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
going with MJ all the way. That's
All
not
right.
a knock on Kobe. He's a heck of a player.
Yeah, for sure.
But I MJ against anybody, I'm probably going
Hands down.
MJ.
Yeah, I feel like that. I've always been a fan.
You know, and I mean, obviously there were people that set the table for MJ, but I think
Mm-hmm.
people in our generation, you know, he really, the way the NBA is now is because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he set the table for the guys like Kobe and the guys like LeBron.
And he even had to adapt in
Yeah.
his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beef up a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they had the Breakfast Club. They'd
Yeah.
start lifting weights in the morning
Yeah.
because he was getting so beat up.
By the Pistons or
Yeah, that was
Okay.
part of it. And so I mean, he changed the game in ways that people, I think they realize now, but maybe didn't realize at the time what he was doing and how big of an impact it was going to have. I mean, he was kind of one of the first to start lifting weights. And,
Yeah.
and that changed his body,
Yep.
changed his game, and I think changed the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. Now you got LeBron out there.
Who's just like a freak,
Yeah,
right? I
right.
mean, 6'8",
Very athletic.
you know,
Yeah.
and just ripped, and you know, I mean, MJ kind of set the table for those type of guys.
Yeah. So what's the deal with what's his name? out there massaging the coaches and stuff. Drake, what's he doing
my
out
guy.
there, man? What's your take on that?
He's nuts.
Yeah.
Like anybody, if that were you and me,
Yeah.
we'd be tossed out
He's
of there.
got Oprah
Never
money,
allowed back in the stadium,
Yeah,
right?
he's got Oprah
what?
money.
Oh yeah,
He's out
he's
there.
got Oprah money. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's
and
floor
Oprah
seats
fame
and then there's Drake seats.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's funny. You know, famous people can get away with a lot more
Right.
than us regular Joes. And I think, like, I got to be honest, I'm a little jealous that he's able to do that, right?
you guys
like,
can't even
who
get
wouldn't
that
want to?
access.
Who wouldn't want to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, everybody's sitting there and like, oh, Drake this, Drake that. I think we're all just haters,
Yeah,
because it's not us,
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like if
Yeah,
it
let
were
him do his
us,
thing.
if we could get away with that,
Yeah.
heck yeah, we'd be doing
Right.
that. So, Drake's he's one of a kind. There is no doubt about that.
Out there shoulder rubbing.
And we'll see what happens with that moving forward. The NBA might step in. The shoulder rub on the coach was a little much.
Yeah.
You know, when you're touching the coaches and players, they might
It's disrupting the flow.
Yeah, might put the
Keep
kibosh
it classy,
on that.
Drake. Keep it classy. Well, thanks for coming in again, man.
Absolutely,
we
man.
really
Thanks for
appreciate this.
keeping me fresh on the shoes.
Thank you. So, how do you feel, man?
Shine.
Shiny.
Shine.
Thanks for coming in. Michael.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
These guys are family owned. Okay. Yeah, I like the red ones there. Sweet. Let there be light. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's an appropriate name.
The Shoe Dungeon. All right, cool. You guys are just kind of in a pose, and I'm gonna roll up